Hey guys, so in today's episode we'll be looking at installing our very own Coil Factor performance aliens into the Geek Vape Avo 24 RDTA. So install your tank onto your device. We'll be using the Q class by Yeehee today, and you just want to open up your terminals, all of them, all four of them if you're installing for dual coil. Alrighty, once your terminals are open, you're going to grab your coils, grab your 3mm IED screwdriver, and then you're going to install one lead to the top side or the top post and the next lead diagonally to the bottom post. Try to get the coil nice and close to the post as possible, and then you can just take out your screwdriver or ID stick, and then you want to tighten down your leads. Don't over tighten them for the first part, just make sure they grip well. Hereafter, you're going to take your ID stick again, put it through the coil. You're going to want to pull the coil, stretch it a bit. You're going to center your coil, so grab your nail on the one end of the coil, pull it till it's nice and centered and straight over your juice holes on the Avo. You don't want to put the coil too high, and you don't want to take it out too far because you do have a top cap and it might hit your top cap. Alright, once you've done that, you grab your cutters and cut the leads off as close to the base as possible. We're going to install the other coil exactly the same way, just on the opposite sides. Again, making sure that coil is nice and close to the posts. Removing your ID stick, tightening down your leads. Cool. Take your ID stick again, jam it into the coil, center your coil over your juice holes again. Once again, not too far out. You don't want it hitting your top cap and creating a short. Be careful not to cut the lead that you've installed on the opposite coil. So when you're cutting, just be very, very careful. Just check your coils again, make sure they're right over your juice holes. Everything's looking good. Now we're going to move over to pulsing. Alright, so when you pulse, you want to pulse at a reasonable lowish wattage, just so that you don't, when you get dry spots, that you don't burn off your leads or burn off the wraps. So we're going to pulse at about 40 watts today. Just take it nice and slow. You want to see your negative leads heat up first, or just your leads in general. They're going to start heating up first, and then you're going to want to compress the coil from the bottom just to space them out so that they don't molt. Once you got a majority of your hot spots out, you want to compress the coil again. This will allow the coils to heat up nice and evenly from your center outwards. Keep on pulsing, keep on playing with the coils until you get all the hot spots out. Tighten down your leads one more time, just to make sure they're secured, because your wire has relaxed a bit. So the leads might have loosened up here. Again, just check that the coils are centered. Alright, there you go. That's how you install our very own Coil Factor performance aliens into your RDTA. Let's dive down and get into some wicking. So here we are with the wicking. We're going to be using some of this CKS Cloud Kicker cotton. It's already pre-cut for you, so you can just grab yourself a strip. For the Avo, I'd recommend maybe using 2 strips, because it is an RDTA. You are going to have your wick dropping into the well over here. Alright, so with this cotton, we pull off the first 2 layers right on the top here. Usually prep it for both, so that's what I'm going to do now, just so that you don't have to go back to it later. You're just going to grab your one end, roll it up nice and tight so you can get it through your coil. Slide it through the center of the coil. When you're doing this, you want to make sure that your coils are cooled down. Also, you want to check that there's not too much tension from the cotton, or with the cotton and the coil. So just that it glides through nice and easy, but there's still a bit of tension. Pull it all the way through, and you're going to pull it back about a centimeter or 2, maybe a bit more. You're then going to cut off about the same length on the opposite side, on the longer side over here. You're going to cut off about a centimeter or 2 as well. Set that piece aside, and then we're going to do the exact same for the other side. And then pull it back. It's very important that your cotton is the same length on all 4 sides. So just make sure of that. Cut that excess off. Now we're going to get into thinning the cotton out, because we have very, very small juice holes that we got to get that cotton into. Let's see if we can get the cotton nice and thin enough to go into those holes. So how I'm going to do this, the I'm going to pick at the front of the cotton. If you have your cotton tweezers, you could use those. Otherwise, a pair of scissors works perfectly fine. And get all four the same thickness so that you have even saturation throughout. Once you got into this point, you're just gonna pull off that excess cotton. Be careful not to pull it out or pull too much off. You just want to get all the excess that you've broken up off of there. Alright, so what you want to do then is, I showed you those juice holes at the bottom just now. You're going to grab the end of this cotton over here, bring it in, and stuff it into the hole. It can be quite a difficult process. Alright, so we're going to do the same for all four sides. Once you have all four sides of your cotton stuffed in, you're ready to prime up and juice, and we can give it a bit of a vape. So today I'm going to be wicking and juicing the Avo 24 up with some me time. It's a cinnamon glazed or glazed cinnamon roll. You want to put your juice on top of your coil and allow it just to saturate itself in for the first bit, and then from there you're going to pulse the device. Just drop a little bit of juice on your coil, pulse the device, drop a little bit of juice on both coils, then fill it up a bit. Cool. And you want to make sure your airflow is open. Also, the wattage is still low. Remember, we pulsed it at this wattage, so we need to turn up that wattage. So I recommend, well, for these coils, what I prefer is 60 watts. So I'm going to pop this up to 60 watts. Check that nice spread there. Make sure your airflow is aligned with your coils when you're putting the top cap on, so that you get decent airflow surrounding your coils from every angle. And it's a nice cool vape. Pop your top cap on. Make sure your coils or your airflow is lined up with your coils so that there's airflow surrounding the coils from every angle, and ready to vape. Okay guys, so that's how you install our Coil Factor Performance Aliens into the Geek Vape Avocado 24. Please be sure to post your builds and tag Coil Factor in them on Instagram and Facebook. This build is ohming out to 0.15, about there, and it's a blissful vape. It's beautiful. You guys should give it a try. Stay tuned for the next episode where we build on the Goon RDTA. Cool. You forget shit, man.
It is, eh?